What should I look for in a good gym or good academy, or how can I find a good academy for me? This is really, really important question. Let's talk about this a little bit. One, you really, in my mind, you really want to understand what you want out of this experience, and that is hard since we've never done the experience yet, right? So in order for that to establish some kind of baseline, I highly encourage you to go and visit multiple academies, see what is out there, do research. See, today we have this beautiful, beautiful power in our hands to do research remotely without engaging. Go on the websites, go on YouTube, see what these guys are doing, see how they are presenting information, what the classes look like, what the facility looks like. Do some investigative work. Don't just show up and hope for the best. I think the worst you can do for yourself is come into one academy, the one that's closest to you, engage, sign up, pay money, and then not like it. So do yourself a favor. Do a little bit of investigative work. Understand who is the instructor. How is he teaching? What are the classes? What is the schedule? I see all these little things will play a significant role when you add them all together. You know, they all work together. So I look at, I look at academy, Jiu Jitsu Academy as a one full body, you know, and Jiu Jitsu Academy has to operate from these three main pillars, if you will. One is the community, is the cohesiveness and how everybody works together as friends and training partner. Second one is the operational part, which means memberships, money, the facility has to operate, so we do need to pay our tuition. It is what it is, but that's the second pillar. And the third pillar is this factor of Jiu-Jitsu itself, right? So now the trick in my mind is for successful academy to operate, you know, it has to, all three pillars have to be functioning very well. Now, if one pillar goes down, the academy falls apart. So it cannot coexist on only two pillars. All three of them have to be active and have to be doing a pretty good job. And you as a student coming in or looking for academy, you should be looking at all three of them, all three pillars. So one, let's talk about the least pleasant one, and that's the operational side. What is the schedule? How much does it cost? You know, can I afford it? It's not whether it's expensive or not. Can I afford it? And what you get in return, that is what is important. Prices of Jiu-Jitsu vary. You know, you're going to find some very, really expensive ones. You're going to find some super expensive ones. Don't look at the price tag. Look what you get in return. What is the value of what you are paying for? Sometimes the cheapest is not the best. And sometimes the more expensive ones are actually giving you by far more than you would expect. So be curious about that part. This is a tricky area, but I encourage you to really dig into it and understand what is offered in return the tuition that you will be paying. Two is the Jiu-Jitsu itself. You know, find out who is teaching, how many instructors are there in the class, you know, how many classes they are available to you, you know, how they are structured, how long are the classes. That's a big one. If class is 45 minutes, that's very different than class being an hour and a half. You know, which classes are accessible to you as you sign up, you know, and who is teaching it. You know, what is the style of the instructor? You know, what is his communication skills? What is his presentation skills? Like, all these things will make your experience much, much better. It's similar like a school. You know, you could be going to the best school, you could be going to the best school in the world, and if the teacher sucks, you're not going to learn it much, or your success is not going to be the highest. So, you know, who is presenting the information will be very, very important. And the third component of the academy is this cohesiveness, is this community factor, is that team, you know, and that is important because you will be spending a lot of time with these people. You will be training with them, and you know, in some positions you will be in quite compromised positions. So if there's a bunch of jerks on the mat and they want to break your legs and arms, perhaps this is not the place that would be most appealing to you. At the same time, I'll be honest with you, if you are the one who is very competition driven and wants to train hard and he wants to train 7 days a week and twice a day, coming into a, older demographic academy or academy with an older demographic who is non-competition oriented, might not be successful for you either. So finding an academy that has, is as closest to what you want out of it will be bringing you to your success that much closer. So really understanding what the academy has to offer and what you are looking for and finding that good match is really, really important. Remember, the closest academy is not always the best one for you. Sometimes it is better to drive a little bit farther, find the academy that you love, and training there. Because ultimately, if you're going to invest the money and the time and effort into something, why wouldn't you do somewhere where you're going to enjoy it a lot? Keep on training. Peace.